You ever notice how some men walk through life looking carefree, happy, fulfilled, living their best life, while other men look like they had a lemon omelet for breakfast? Bitter, sour, just pouting and complaining about everything, looking for all the faults in all of life. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain why true fulfillment comes from having meaning and purpose and how you can unlock that fulfillment in your life. So, if you're new to the channel, my name is CalvinGoHardRichard, and I am an integrative life coach for entrepreneurial businessmen. And so, yes, I speak a lot to the guys, but what I found is, ladies, this is for you, but also sometimes it's stuff that you need to lean over and share with your man because I've gotten several clients from having a conversation with a lady who said, yeah, my husband, my fiance, my boyfriend needs to have a conversation with you. So this is for you too as well. So anyway, if you haven't like the video, subscribe to the channel, get on notification squad, all those good fun things too. So let's get into it, guys. If you're watching this live, I'd love to hear from you and communicate. I'll answer any questions live. If you have them there, now I can come back and get the other ones later on. But if you're live, let me know you're here. Any comments, questions, I'd love to answer them as we go. So let's get into it. You know, my whole mission is to help men to discover, to develop, and to deploy their gifts to the world. Like your God-given gifts, your talents, your skill set, everything that God placed in your heart. I want you to do it to the fullest. And of course, that brings fulfillment and joy and appreciation for life as well. So let's get into it, guys. So I'm gonna start off with just some definitions first and foremost to kind of lay it out. So um, fulfillment. Okay, what is fulfillment? Fulfillment is the achievement of something desired, promised, or predicted. That sound like something you want to, you that's good for you as far as being having a fulfilled life. The words that come up for me is, when it comes down to as far as being alive. Like how alive are you in life? So I think of words like enthusiasm. I think of words like joyful, satisfied, appreciated, doing work that matters, being in relationships that matter. All of these things are part of living a fulfilled life, having the freedom and autonomy to do the things that you want to do on your terms. These are some of the things that what I look at when it comes down to fulfillment. So what about meaning? Meaning, because meaning and purpose a lot of times are interchanged in different ways, and there's some nuances. There's some difference to it. So let me give you the definition here. Meaning is how something or someone is defined, as well as an intention or reason for doing something. Okay, meaning refers to the significance, value, or interpretation attributed to our life experiences, actions, and circumstance. So that's meaning. Purpose is the fulfillment or consummation of the meaning. So here's the meaning, here's the ideal, and this is what was fulfilling it. Okay, that's the difference in the two there. Purpose refers to the overarching direction or aim that guides our actions and decisions, giving life its sense of direction and intentionality. So is an intention, the meaning, and then the other is what accomplishes it. So the purpose accomplishes what the meaning is. So for me, I like that if I take both of those concepts and put them into one thing, it's your mission in life. What is it that God put you on earth to do? I love the saying is that the two most important days of your life is the day you were born, and the second day is when you find out why, what you're here to do. What is your purpose on this planet? And once you take the meaning of life and you add the purpose to it, you pursue that purpose with passion, with vigor, with coaching, with understanding. Like the key to your success in life and fulfillment is going to be through what you do and how you do it and who you do it with or for. Who is it that you're leading when it comes down to those particular things itself? So what is your mission? That's going to encompass both purpose and meaning together here. So when it comes down to meaning, let's kind of break down meaning. And so I'm going to go through meaning, going to go through purpose, going to go through some ways to achieve it, and also what kind of obstacles that you may be facing along the journey. Okay. So when it comes down to meaning itself, it's like there's a book called Acres of Diamonds, meaning that people go looking for diamonds or gold somewhere else, whatever it is that you're looking for. They're looking for it out in the world in itself, but God places it inside of us. We're to have it inside of our mind, inside of our hearts, inside of our experiences, the things that we go through in life. the tests, the trials, the triumphs, the tragedies, all those particular things that we go through are part of the meaning of life. It's part of what we contribute to the things that we do too. So it's like I need to take some time. I need to get away from certain things so that I can actually pour into digging and find out what that is. Earlier the better. All right. If we look back on life, there are certain things that we've already endured and accomplished, even gifts that may have been identified either through us or through others. A lot of times it takes somebody on the outside to see what's really going on the inside. A good mentor, a coach, a teacher, a parent, sibling, somebody who can really see what our gifts are, because you cannot read the label from inside of the jar. We're too close to ourselves sometimes to be able to see what is it that we're called to do in a high level. So sometimes we need to have some iron sharpeners or a coach or a mentor to extrapolate what those gifts are. So it's mining. It's mining for the gifts that are inside of us itself. 85% of men say their relationships give their lives meaning and purpose. So I look at your relationship to God, your relationship to money, your relationship to business, your relationship to people, your relationship to your kids. You're in every relationship you're in, you're the common denominator. So how do you connect? How do you interact? And of course, so if it's their relationships, if they have meaning and purpose itself, it makes a difference. You always hear it, that you're the average of the 5 closest people that you're around. So you have to look at and say what folks are elevating me, or some folks that may be vampires. They take away my energy. They take away my purpose. They'll tell you, yo, you shouldn't do that, whatever it may be, because they don't get it. It's not their vision. It's not their idea. So not everybody's going to be like 100% down for what you're doing. And so you have to understand that it's okay sometimes to stand alone, because you're going to have to stand alone. Okay. So it's a journey. Okay. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. That's Matthew 6:21. So what you focus on expands. If you put value in your purpose, put value in your meaning, put value in fulfillment, you're going to focus on that. That's where the energy is going to go. And the Bible talks about the man who sold everything to have this pearl. And it's talking about basically to have the salvation is the most important thing. So what do you value? Are you putting a high enough value on your path, your purpose, the meaning of life for you? Are you putting enough value in that? Because that's what you're going to get more of that. A real simple example, one of my buddies sent me the video. I teach it all the time. But if you look around the room right now, wherever you are, if you're driving, obviously don't look. Well, you still can see. You're supposed to be looking out. Don't close your eyes on this part. But look around the room, and I want you to focus on everything that you see that's green. Anything in where you are, green, 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 green. Now, if you're not driving, close your eyes. If you close your eyes, I want you to look at, remember everything that you saw that was blue. Guess what? You don't see the blue because you're focused on the green. Now that you open your eyes, you can start seeing all the blue. You can see all the blue around you right now. But what you focus on, you can decide that I'm going to focus on being in alignment, that my moves, my actions, my thoughts are in alignment with my purpose. That my fulfillment is going to come with that. So if I'm in alignment, that's going to move me through that particular situation itself. So, having good relationships. Are you in masterminds or in groups? Are you going to conferences? The church you're at, is it fostering your growth? Is it fostering your change and moving towards your specific goals itself? Okay. So that's one of the biggest things. 85% of men say that their relationships give their lives meaning and purpose. Okay. I think I said that right. So that's part of it. It's the right people. The right people, the right rooms matter. The right information, the books that you're listening to, the podcast, all that's pouring into who you are becoming. Okay. Your meaning in work. So here's the thing. There's a part of it where some folks think that their work has to be in their purpose. Yes and no. Like, your work may be your work, and it may be the thing that gives you the finances and supports that whole big dream thing, that passion project, whatever it may be. So some folks, it's the work is not in the fulfillment so much, and that's okay. Like, I get to be in the things that are fulfilling for me because I get to do that as an entrepreneur. But some of us, we have a job, we have a business that provides the finances, provides the resources and the connections to do that passion thing on the outside. So it's okay that it's not in the workplace, but the workplace can't be just so draining and lack of fulfillment that you don't get anything done. You don't get anything from it. So is it something that I have a good relationship with work? Maybe it's the people that I work with that makes a big difference. Okay. But am I contributing to something bigger? Is there a bigger mission behind that too as well? So for some of us, it's in the work, in your vocation itself, that it's all entitled part of that, the connection of your purpose. But some folks it's not. Some folks it provides the paycheck, it provides the income so that I still can do the other thing. No matter what, if it's in the work or it's not, there still has to be something that is meaningful and purposeful that brings that fulfillment throughout the life. So just paying attention to what that looks like in your particular situation itself. All right, so that's meaning. Let's get into purpose. Okay, so purpose is, if you want to look at it as whatever. Once again, use the words that make a difference for you. Some people like it's your North Star. Some people say it's your lighthouse. It's your whatever, your beacon, light. Something that you're going to move. It is the where I bring my focus in and say, this is what I'm working towards. I'm going towards this particular thing. This is what pulls me forward. If I have a vision for a future person, future me, that 3 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when I'm gone, my legacy, all those things, when I look at that and say, what's pulling me forward to that particular vision itself. And so when I look at that, it's a thing that guides everything. So everything, like when I teach my clients, is vision and core values. So if you get clear on your vision, personal and professional, and you have like strong foundation of core values, those are the filters for every decision that comes about. So if a new opportunity, because here's the thing, I'm gonna let you, if you guys are those who are moving in growth and success, whatever that is in your opinion, whatever it is in your life itself, if you're making moves forward and you're becoming successful, you're going to become more attractive to opportunities. What do I mean by that? People are going to see, man, he's moving, he's doing this, he's doing that. I would love to have him on my team. I would love to have him on this part. I would love to connect with him in some form or fashion. So if that's you, know that's coming. Some of those things are distractions. Most of them are distractions. So if you're clear on what the vision is in your core values, is this new opportunity going to take me from, or is going to move me forward? Because we're not taken away from our goals by the obstacles and the difficulty of it, but we're going to be taken away from our goals because of a easier road to a lesser goal. That's Robert broke. I think I beat it up a little bit, but basically an easier path. Oh, this looks simpler. Simpler. Let me go this way. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So stick to the script. Stick to the guidepost. Stick to where you're going as far as the guiding light, the guiding star, the North Star for you. That is where you're moving. So be careful of those obstacles that do come in the way. Okay. So Proverbs 29:18 says, without a vision, the people perish, because you're going to get distracted by all the things that come around. Okay. So you got to be careful with those particular things as they come there too. So here's a quote. A stat for you. It says, men with clear goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. So purpose is what sets you on the winning path. Purpose gives you a champion's mindset. Purpose and meaning give you an opportunity to block out the things that are not where you're supposed to be. So making sure that those are the things that keep you moving in the right direction itself. Okay. So you can just be flying all over with the new ideas, the new fad, the new shiny objects. I call them shiny squirrels, because you know, squirrel or shiny. I have shiny squirrels. They come at me all the time because I like creating with new ideas and things of that sort too. So you got to be careful. Know yourself. Have the awareness of what things are the easy distractions for you. Okay, you have to have that awareness and recognizing what are those things that are going to move in the wrong direction for you too. Go. 78% of successful people attribute their achievements to having a strong sense of purpose. So being locked in, being ultra connected to that purpose is what keeps you focused on those particular things. After a while, people start recognizing that, okay, this is not what he's about. This is not part of who he's going to be. That's not the person. Believe me, I was in network marketing before. Even that time, I would get asked to be in every single network marketing company on the planet because I'm a leader and people follow me. I'm a Pied Piper and particular things like that, but that's not my season anymore. I'm not doing that. And I got friends who do amazing at it, and those things be calling, but that's not where I'm at. Once again, sometimes you have to ask a question. This opportunity in front of me, is this something that I want to be known as the best in the world for? And for me, that wasn't it. I didn't want to be known as the best network marketer of all time. I could have become that, but that wasn't my part of my legacy. If this title and this job and this occupation or this business that you're going to start, is that something that you want to be part of your legacy? If that by itself stood alone, a good little filter. If that by itself stood alone, then I'm going to be the best watch fixer of all time. Sometimes you got to look and say, no, that's not quite it. But what is it? What is it that lights you up? What is it? Something like, this is what I want to be known for. Like, you can etch this on my tombstone, because that's what I'm all about. Okay, so look at those particular things itself. So the purpose also, it motivates, it inspires, it's inspiration to move you forward. I don't downplay motivation. I don't depend on it. So motivation and willpower, those are not factors that I depend upon. It's the discipline, it's the consistency, it's the commitment. Okay, but motivation is good. When when you can get yourself motivated to do something, just know that it doesn't last. So, but it's inspiration. So, because the greater good and the greater calling on your life says, I got to do this no matter what I feel, no matter what the emotions are. Like, there are certain things that we do no matter what. It's you brush your teeth. For those who work out, it's no matter where you. I just saw one of my buddies who said, "Hey, I'm traveling, but first thing what I'm doing is, where's the gym? Is if it's in a hotel or if it's somewhere, I will take, and I've done this. I would take an Uber to get to a place, because at the place I was at did not have a workout place. This is what I do. It's part of my life. Fitness is part of it. My strength and fitness is part of my mental game. It's part of my emotional game. So I have to do these things. I want to do those things, even when I don't feel it. So what is it for you? For those who are writers, you may write every day. You journal every day. You meditate. You walk. Whatever it is that's part of your regimen, these are things that you lock into no matter what you do, where you are, what's going on. It's what you do. There's a book by I can't think his name right now. It's Do the Work. Stephen Pressfield. Do the Work. And he talks about somebody's like a writer, and it's like, oh, I only write when I'm inspired. He said, me too. I'm just inspired every day at 9 a.m. He writes every day at 9 a.m. no matter what. So it doesn't matter about if I'm inspired. I'm committed. So make sure you doing things that, as far as committed itself. Okay. So it's the guiding light. It's the GPS. It moves you in the right direction. It keeps you on track, keeps you motivated. So even purpose and meaning there's direct correlation with living longer lives. Like, to living healthier, being stronger in those particular things. So here's the point. Here are two situations, if you pay attention to, where people die faster. Like, we're not talking about like just physically, like not taking care of yourself, not going to the doctor, not doing those things. Those are standards. But two things that happen that people die like quickly. Number one, if the love of their life dies, somebody who's been married to their life partner, their spouse, for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and that person dies, that is a part of them that died. The majority of their life has been with that person. They've been, if you're a believer, that two become one flesh. So that part of you died too. And you hear commonly like the other person who's living did not live much longer after that, because they didn't have a reason and purpose for living. So that's one situation, scenario. Another one is men who retire from work. Whether they retire early, and I've heard it so many times where they retire early, and with matter of a few weeks or months, they're back working, doing something else. God gave man purposeful work before he gave him a wife. Adam had an assignment. He had dominion over the garden. He had dominion over the animals. He named the animals. He had work. He had work to do. It was meaningful. We need meaningful work. So a man who retires after 40, 50 years of working for a particular company, what do he do? Where's his worth? Where's his purpose? Now, if you get into something else, that's different. But you have to be doing something. I don't ever plan on retiring. I want to put myself in a position where financially I can if I want to, but I I get fulfilled in work. I love coaching conversations. I love teaching. It's part of my gift. So I'm fulfilled with doing what God called me to do, and He gifted me to do, and I've trained to speak and communicate at a high level. And I'm going to continue to get better at that. I'm going to communicate that as long as I can. So, so the part of me is not ever to just retire. So once again, if you're catching this, we're talking about meaning and purpose being the key, the two keys to fulfilling life itself. Like this video, subscribe, pass it on to somebody. Ladies, if you're watching this, pass it on to your man or some dude in your life that you know that could benefit from this too as well. And if you're on live, definitely love to hear from you if you have any questions, comments through it as well. So now, achieving this can be tricky. How do you achieve this fulfillment through your purpose and through the meaning itself? So one of it is fulfillment through growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. There's got to be something that I'm growing towards. I'm gaining momentum towards. I'm in pursuit of, not in pursuit of happiness. I choose happiness and joy, and I'm staying in the pursuit because that's what brings me more of this. So I'm looking to get into momentum towards these particular things. I'm looking to be in momentum and moving as I go. So I need to grow. Always be learning. Be a lifelong student of life. What are you reading? What are you listening to? How can you get better at your craft? No one has arrived fully. There's always some new things. There's some nuances, some changes in what you do and what you're called to do. So am I staying on a cutting edge? Am I looking into ways to get better at my craft, better at my gift, better at my purpose, my meaning? So the more I do that, I'm going to be more fulfilled. Like Myron Golden says, I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. So there's a part of me that I can show up without preparation and talk about faith, talk about fitness, talk about leadership, talk about entrepreneurship, talk about the inside game, the internal game, that most men don't have business problems. They have personal problems that show up in their business. And I can give you stats, and I can give you numbers, and I can give you and have a conversation about that at any point in time, because I'm constantly learning and constantly hearing this stuff. I'm constantly journaling and coming up with my own concepts through other things that I'm hearing. And so part of it is that endless pursuit that you're looking for. So never stop learning. 94% of men who engage in continuous learning report with higher levels of satisfaction. 94% of men feel they are that engage into this continuous learning. Automobile University. I had a long day yesterday of driving. Had to go visit a friend in the hospital. I get a haircut. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, this is clean. Yeah, I know. I got to get my waist back up. Don't worry about that. It's coming back up. I got to get my waist back. This was higher. So had to go all the way south of Austin to North Austin. Check out cars for my son, my youngest son, helping him find a car, doing all this stuff. So guess what I was doing? Automobile University. I'm listening to audible books. I am listening to YouTube. I'm listening to things to learn. Now, if I catch something in the middle of that intrigues me, hop on the phone and speak voice message to text, so I can go back to that later. Automobile University. I love to learn. Now, one caveat there. I also know that there's times where my learning is a distraction from taking the action necessary for the next step. Whatever it's going to take my business and life to the next level. Sometimes I know I can distract myself because I really read one more book, get one more course, listen to one more thing. Now that's just me speaking. I'm just coaching myself right now. I know it's not for y'all because I know y'all stay focused on y'all goals way better than me. I know I'm just talking to myself right now. So don't worry about me. I'm just talking to myself. Okay. But Proverbs 1:5, let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. Get the guidance, get the wisdom. Somebody else knows a topic better than you, better than me. So get the insight. Remember, you don't have to have experience in everything to find out if it's right or wrong. Somebody else is already going through it, and success leaves clues. Failure leaves clues. They can tell you about those pitfalls if you go this way. They can tell you about why I went this way and save you time, effort, money, energy, and headaches by listening to the person who's gone before you. So find those individuals that have gone before you and have done what you're looking to do. Okay. Another way as far as being fulfilled is through contribution. Every man has three things that he has to be a part of. A man who can create, a man who can connect, and a man who can contribute. So let me explain what I mean by that. God said he created. First thing we know about God is he's a creator. First thing we know about he created heavens and earth. And then the first thing he says is that we're created in his image. So he created us to create things. He made us to make things. We are supposed to create something. Yes, create children and create ideas, create revenue. He said he gives us the power and ability to earn wealth, to gain wealth. So there's a part of us that has to create. Now, not necessarily invent. That'll be good too. If you can create through your creativity, you can do really well with impact, income, all those particular things itself. So we have to be able to create something. Okay, connect, collaboration, connecting with us. It's not good for man to be alone. The first thing God said is not good. Yes, he's talking about a wife, but he's also talking about humanity. I need to be able to connect with like-minded brothers, like-minded sisters, like-minded communities to connect with, to be a part of. That's one of the reasons why, as far as my Lionheart coaching, it's about the power of the pride. The power of the pride of lions versus the lone wolf who thinks he needs to do it by himself, to isolate himself from the success. That's a lonely road. So we have to be able to connect to God, connect to others along the way, connect to those who are going before us, and also the connection to contribute to the next person. So not necessarily giving back, but giving to a new community. And I'm not in New Orleans anymore. My community is Marble Falls. I give to this community. I give to the young men that I can pour into, young men and the guys I can contribute in coaching as well. So when I do programs and whatnot, there's also it's a way for me to contribute from my gifting, from my purpose. So to be able to contribute is going to be a big thing. You feel when you can volunteer, when you can give your time, your talent in certain ways, where you speak or talk or contribute or coach, whatever it may be that your skill set is, that you can give that. So contribution is one thing. It's better. What is it? It's more blessed to give than to receive. So there's a part of like giving a conversation, giving love, giving our time, giving a smile. All those things are able to, they're part of that. So I'm going to be more fulfilled if I am filling others. If I'm filling myself up so that I can pour into them, pour into those other lives as well, whatever that may be. So that part of me giving and contribution. Other part is living authentically, being exactly who you're created to be. All the weirdness, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. I like to say you're fearfully and weirdfully made, or wordfully and wonderfully made, because there's a part of you that's different, that stands out, that you're supposed to be yourself. And not everybody's going to be okay with that. And that's okay. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Some of y'all ain't going to ever subscribe. Some folks go unsubscribe. That's all right. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I have a style that I don't like whining. I don't like weakness. I'm here to abolish weakness. So my daddy language or my daddy tone is not for everybody. Okay, I'm an excuse killer. I don't candy coat anything because you might eat the candy. Just saying. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. So my style is not for everyone. Your style is not for everyone. The thing that you contribute to the world is not for everyone. Okay, so and that's okay. But those who you can connect with, those who you can like go deep with a deep relationship, a heartfelt soul relationship, that's your people. That's your ride or dies. That's your day ones. That's the people that feel you and you feel them. All right. I Sawabona. I see you. I see you and I bring you into my life. You see me. You bring me into your life. There's an interconnectedness that is there with the people that you really link with. That's the ones you want to pay attention to. So 92% of men who live authentically feel more fulfilled in their daily lives. Like when you have to like feel like you have to like round peg in a square hole, that's not you. When you have to feel like you have to conform, you know, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's different. I'm built different. I try to be normal one time. It was the worst 2 minutes of my life. What about you? Are you expressing yourself? Are you being who you're called to be? Now, once again, some of that may be in a regular workplace. You might not be able to do that like you want to, but in your relationships, in your friendships, in the places you go, can you be true to yourself? That's always going to be a part of it too, as well. So, all right. So, lastly, I want to give you the obstacles. What are the obstacles that are going to come up? Okay. Number one is distractions. I kind of talked about it earlier as far as shiny object syndrome, all those things, distractions are going to come. People are going to give you their opinion of your life. If you don't, if you don't decide on a life that you're going to build, that you're going to grow, that you're going to develop, one will be given to you. If you don't choose it, you'll be assigned a meaning. You'll be assigned a purpose by parents, by people, whatever it may be, whatever it is, whatever the next thing is. So you have to decide that this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to become. This is the identity that I'm going to walk into. That's a decision. Okay. So those distractions are going to come. So you got to watch what boundaries, what things are non-negotiables for yourself. How I'm going to be so locked in that this is it, this is not it. I start making clear cuts of these particular things that are getting in the way of distractions. Number two is going to be fear. You got to be able to conquer the fear. Fear is going to come. Fear of change. Fear of getting out of the sea of sameness. The sea of sameness. A lot of times people say, everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. Some of y'all ain't comfortable. You might not be comfortable in that spot that you're in right now, but it's familiar. It's what you know. It's what is accepted by the people that you run with. So sometimes it's harder just to get out of the familiar. What's familiar to you, what's familiar for them to know about you. So you got to be able to bounce out those particular things itself. So fear is a big one. Andy Mineo, Christian rapper, he says, fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. It does. Failure doesn't kill anything unless you let it. If you go with the mindset that I never lose, I either win or learn. There's always a learning process, even from the failure. Like, wow, guess what? I know how not to do that again. That's the attitude. That's the attitude of an athlete, an entrepreneur, a person who's striving to be a strong leader. Is I'm going to fail. It's part of it. Sometimes I need to get there first. I need to get to that failure quickly so that I can go to the things that are going to be successful. So don't let failure be the thing. Don't be that part of it there. 60% of men say overcoming fear is the biggest challenge to living a fulfilled life. And the difference is men and women look at fear in a different way. We attack and deal with fear in a different way. We'll kind of sidestep it a little bit instead of just admitting that we're fearful because of pride, ego, machismo, all those things get in the way. But there are situations and scenarios that we need to be and embrace that and say, hey, I'm scared of this. Pray for me, brother. I need some insight here, brother, whatever it may be. But so many times that men will get stuck in that part because we don't know how to face that fear. But he said, I command you to be strong and courageous. Strong and courageous doesn't mean without flaw, without failure. That's part of the journey. Okay. So that also, you need to be able to build resilience, grit, and anti-fragility. There's books on grit. There's a book on anti-fragility. Really, really good books. But what's your resilience? Are you going to stick to it? Are you going to keep your commitments to yourself and to others? Okay. Am I going to build some mental fortitude? I'm going to have some emotional resilience and maturity about myself, that I can endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. Can I endure? Can I take it? And a lot of that comes from one way you want to build some grit, work out, move some muscle, move some weights around, get jacked, get strong, get lean, because the disciplines that comes with that are going to cross over to other areas of your life. All right, you're feeling sad, you feel anxiety, depression, you're feeling suicidal. Go get a six pack, and then come talk to me after that. Now, it's not about the six pack; it's about who you become to be able to form that. Who you become in the midst of transforming your body. It's going to be spiritual. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be mental. It's probably going to be financial. You feel good. You look good. You feel good. You feel good. You have more confidence. You have more confidence. You walk through life at a different level. You walk through life with a swag and a belief that I can have this. I can take this. I can be a part of this. I can make this happen. I can bring this into fruition, and I can live my best life, a fulfilled life. That's walking in purpose, walking in my gifts, walking in the talents, everything that God has out for me. I want the abundant life, abundant and full, John 10:10. I want it all. I don't want to settle for less, and you shouldn't either. You shouldn't settle for less and shrink down because you're going to make you think somebody else is going to feel bad because you're being awesome. Be all the awesome. Do not shrink down. Do not shrink back. Walk in that because there's enjoyment in that. As you can see, my energy is coming up right now because I'm feeling it. There's a part of this that, like, I just want you to see it, that it's okay to be amazing. It's okay to be awesome. It's okay to be a phenomenal leader. Make all the money in your business. Make all the impact in the world. Put your dent in the universe. That's going to come through of that dent in the universe is going to be a result of you walking in that purpose and that meaning that gives you the fulfillment that is attractive to opportunity, attractive to the kingdom of God, attractive to believers, non-believers, whatever it may be, because you're standing out, you're standing firm on who God said you are. That's the part we need to get in there. So, got to be strong. Be strong and courageous through this. So hope this has been helpful. This is the key to unlock everything in this fulfillment, this joyful life. What does more joy look like? What does more contribution look like? What does more fulfillment look like in your life? It's going to become with you being in so much alignment in who God called you to be, and do it to the fullest. Everything, overcome the obstacles, overcome the fear, overcome all the things that come in your way, because there will be obstacles. It's not an easy road, but it's worth it. It's satisfying. It's something that is part of your legacy. And I want to challenge you to walk firmly and be fulfilled through God's purpose in your life. So let's go make it happen. Love you. God bless. Go hard. Go home. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe and do all the YouTube things. Subscribe, channel, share, all that good fun stuff too. Comment. Yeah, all that YouTube stuff. So have a good one. God bless. Peace.